Hey there, welcome to day 68 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we're talking about the P in our soaP framework. It stands for progress. How do we know the actions that we're taking are working? How do we know they're moving us in the right direction for our spiritual growth and development? How do we know we are making progress and moving toward what we want more than staying stuck or staying where we are right now? So there's a lot of ways to do this. The one thing about spiritual growth and development, or our spirituality, measurements in that area are really, really personal, right? And very, very subjective. Nobody's going to tell us, on a scale of 1 to 10, how they think we're doing spiritually with respect to development. Although there's tools and scales and things out there that you can use that other people have created. But bottom line, what are some of the process examples that we can look at to know that we're moving in the right direction? Well, of course, it's going to depend on your specific area that you're applying the soaP framework to, but I'll just share some general ones so you can get some ideas of what you could possibly use, and then I'll share some ways to measure those things and how you could possibly use them. Of course, guide 2 of our Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page has the write-up for this, as well as John's story applying different measures and process steps to the process and the process overall, the soaP framework process. So I guess it's a framework and process. To me, those words are interchangeable. It just means the way we do something, right? Step-by-step way we do something. And a lot of times it's subconscious and we don't even think about it. But when we want to improve a process or improve something in our life, one of the first things we can do is ask ourselves, well, what do I usually do in this situation? And then what are some of the things I could do instead that might give me a better result? Then we pick one of those, try it, and then see if that works better for us or not. And we do that over and over and over again, pretty much every day of our life. So what are some ways, some process examples that we can see, or progress examples that we're making progress in a different area? We can look at, have we made the thing that we want to improve a regular practice? Say your area of improvement was to be more active in your religion of choice, place of worship, and that you were going to attend services every week and volunteer once a month. That's a pretty easy thing to measure. When we have a specific goal like that, it's really easy to measure. Either we're doing it or we're not doing it, right? And if we catch ourselves making a bunch of excuses for why we aren't doing it, then that means we need to revisit our commitment to the thing that we say we want in the first place. So is it a regular practice? Do you have more emotional awareness? Are you more aware of your emotions and your spiritual beliefs? Are you performing any service to others? Do you feel more inner peace? Are you having personal growth? Are you having a feeling of a deepening connection to a higher power or something outside of yourself? Again, it depends on what you believe. So what are some ways to measure this? Well, self-reflection, of course. We have to ask ourselves, how's it going? And we can always create our own measures and our own scales. You'll see me do this a lot this year, as I have for the previous, 60 plus years of my life. I will make up and grade and scale stuff for myself. If there isn't a tool out there that does it, I'll just say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate myself on my current situation versus my desired? And it's as I'm moving toward my desired state. And that's an easy way to measure. If I'm a 6 right now and I want to be an 8, then am I moving and feeling like I'm moving toward that? Again, it's really, really subjective in this particular area. There's a bunch of areas that our progress is subjective, and only we know if we're making progress or not, right? Lots going on inside of us that other people might not see. It's when it starts to show up on the outside that we really know we've had a breakthrough. So self-reflection, goal setting, we just gave an example of that. Self-assurance, I think it says. Oh, no, self-assessment tools. Self-assessment tools, there's a whole bunch of them out there. There's lots of apps, there's lots of tools. You can just Google it and find some different ways. The different personality tests and things don't specifically, I don't think they usually speak to spiritual things, but I could be wrong. I haven't done one for a long time. Behavior changes. Are you noticing that you're behaving in different ways? Are you noticing that you are kinder than you used to be? Are you more accepting of differences in different types of people and situations and more patient? Things like that. Are you getting feedback and support from other people? What's the quality of your relationships? Because our spiritual health and spiritual well-being and spiritual connection has an impact on our relationships. Inner transformation, are you feeling different inside? And that's where most of, I think, our spiritual changes happen. They happen first on the inside before they ever show up on the outside. So what's our action item today? We are just going to pick one way to measure the area that we've selected to take action on for our spiritual growth this month as part of the soaP framework, and ask ourselves and pay attention to it, going forward at least through the end of the month, to see if the action that we're taking, if the thing that we're doing is closing the gap between where we are and where we want to be with respect to spiritual growth. All right, any questions about this, hit me up. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.